Hey YouTube, I'm Chris, back with you once again, giving you a quick, or if not maybe a quick, somewhat kind of an easy how-to on how to get a nice, good, reliable source of power for not only your iPhone or smartphone or Android device, or maybe even your GoPro cameras, those kinds of items, those kinds of devices that don't take a lot of power, that don't take a lot of juice, but they are really nice and useful to have on your vlogs or whichever you might be doing with your motorcycles. And so I was wanting to show you what I did. And this is my 2011 Harley Sportster Nightster. And I've been doing some vlogs on my other YouTube channel, but I've just been doing other things and not really been able to vlog anything for the very longest time. But what I was using when I was wanting to do my vlogs from my other YouTube channel, I'd use two of these battery packs. And they're powered up. They're full of power on them. They take quite a long while, a good long time to charge up. And I get two of them, but it seems like even when I was using both of these first for my GoPro cameras, and then after a while I started using these for my smartphone, my Android phone, and my iPhone. And these don't hold a whole lot of power. I don't know, maybe a half hour, 45 minutes, something like that. I don't remember, but they don't really just seem to, I don't know, last very long. So, especially when I do live streaming. I'm doing live streaming now with my Harley Davison oftentimes, and I really need to have something more than these to keep on live streaming, because these don't last long. And when these die, both of them are used up, and then I'm going off of my battery on my iPhone, and that's not going to last forever. So I need to come up with a more permanent solution, and I worked on it today. I was wanting to share it with you if I can. Now what I did is, the first thing I did is, this is a battery tender cord that's connected to the battery. And so during the winter time or when I'm not riding, I use my other cable. This is plugged into the wall for the battery tender. It plugs into that. It plugs into this. It plugs into this connector, and it keeps the battery charged up. But while I'm riding and while I want to do some live streaming on my Harley using my iPhone now, what I was able to do is that since this cable is connected to the battery, it's always 12 volts. I found another battery tender cable in a drawer I haven't been using for the last several years. So I got it, and it has the same connector as this. Let's get the same connector as that. And so I got this cable. It has the same connector, and it connects together. And I very carefully, best as I could, and it's going to be very difficult to see anything, but I took this cable and I routed it up the best as I can up here along with the rest of the wire loom all up in here. So it's not going to be really anywhere near any really hot parts or exhaust engine parts or whatever. So I got that piece of extra battery tender cable tucked all up here in the plastic, all up along with the rest of the wire loom best as I can. And it comes out here, and there is a fuse with it. So a lot of these battery tender cables will have a fuse with it, and I'm trying to do all of this with one hand, which, as you know, it never works. You can never be able to pull this off with one hand, but there's the fuse. It is, well, 7.5 amps. It's not a lot. I can probably put 10 or 15 in there, actually. But anyway, it does have a fuse on it. I'll put a better fuse on there than that later. Anyway, it's a fuse. And then I was able to do I got here, and this is another piece of separate cable I connected together using these little wire connectors. And no, I'm not too concerned about getting moisture because I don't ride in the rain. I don't ride in the rain if I can at all help it. So I'm not too concerned with using these. They're going to be okay. They're going to be all right for just mostly dry weathered riding. And from here, it goes in, it connects to here, and I got it zip tied together, pretty snug here. You can't see anything as usual because there's no light, and iPhones don't like to give you any light to work with. So anyway, but I got zip tied together kind of securely. You can see it there, and so it's not going to go anywhere, get disconnected. And it goes into this front bag here, and this is recommended if you want to do this. I hope somewhere on your motorcycle you can get a bag or some other type of container similar to this one. It's fairly good size, and I keep quite a few things in there. Some things are important, and this is where I originally kept those little battery packs in here, and I ran cables out, but I'm not going to be using those anymore. So now here is a female 12-volt adapter plug. And I did check the polarity, in case you're wondering by now. Did I check the polarity? Did I check the voltage? Yes, I did. And I can't do it all with one hand again. You know, I can't show it to you with one hand. It's not going to pull apart because it is on there plenty snug. Anyway, but you get the idea. It connects to the other cable. This is female, and it plugs into this 3-way here. So it plugs right in there, and it's securely plugged in. It is not going to come out. I mean, not unless you pull hard. And you need both hands. I can't do it with one hand. So it is in there snug, and you can see it all lit all up. It is getting power. So, and your next question is the key on? Is the key off? Well, let's check and see. Oh, no key. It is off. So the key is off. There's no key in it, and it's lit up. And so it's getting power. And so I can prove it to you a little bit later if you like. But now this gives you a total of almost everything. It gives you 2 ports, and I got 2 other adapters plugged into those ports, and then so a total of 4 USB connectors, total of 4 USB outlets. And so I only need 3. At the maximum, I'm going to probably need 3. I'm not going to need 4. So it's good having extra. 3 is probably the most I'll ever use. But you can do this for your bike, your motorcycle too. Very, very similar, like I did for my Harley. And this does, now I'm not going to do it all right at the moment with one hand, but it does fit all in there pretty well. Really nice and snug, and I got these buckles here, and I get these with one hand, which I can't do. But anyway, I get these strapped in after this video's done, and I get it anyway. It's going to be on there pretty snug. So you have the wires come out there, and when this is down snug and buckled in, those aren't going to go anywhere. I mean, it's not going to move. So when you have that buckled in both sides, it ain't going to go anywhere. And it's going to stay in there. I'll have to rearrange it a little bit better. But this is my registration, insurance, paperwork. And this is my garage door opener. I keep that in there. Very useful if I need to open up the garage door and I'm back from riding. So I keep quite a few things in here. I don't remember if I have an extra... I don't think I have an extra cord in there. But anyway, I get it all in there. It's not going to go anywhere. It's going to be buckled in good and secure. And so what I can do to prove it to you that it does have power, it's working, I can connect this. It's my Garmin watch. I got the little charge thing plugged in. And what I can do is I'll plug it in here. I got to dig it back out. I'm doing this with one hand, but I'm going to plug this in. You can't see anything. Plug in you still can't see nothing. Plug in my USB into this adapter thing, which you can barely see anything because iPhones don't like to show you anything, especially when you're trying to hold everything with one hand. So I'm going to try to see if I can do this with one hand. I can't. I think it's in there. And let's see, there it is. It gets power. It is charging. So that is more proof. It is getting power. It is working, and it's getting voltage, all from the battery. So my Garmin watch is charging, and that is plugged into this. All lit all up. It's working. It's got proper voltage, proper polarity. I got it all zip tied all together. I know it's all hanging all out now at the moment, but I got it all secured all up against the wire loom, plugged in there. And then when I'm all done writing and I'm all done with my live stream with my iPhone, I can just go ahead and just unplug this like that if I'm going to be parked for a good long while, and I can plug in my battery tender once again. It just plugs right in there when I'm all done with my riding, and the Harley's going to be sitting around for a while, not going anywhere. It just plugs in like that, and then now the battery's charging. Well, actually it's not, because I did that all wrong. Did the wrong thing. So it goes in here actually. So it goes in here like that. So I did that wrong, I'm sorry. But anyway, so this is the battery tender, plugs back into the battery when it's not being used. And then when I go riding, I can plug it back in like this. And then I can have my iPhone getting charged. I can have my GoPros getting power. I can, well, I can even probably put on a XM satellite radio if I really wanted to bad enough. But it's very difficult to use that when you're riding down the road. But that's what I have here. I was wanting to show you best as I can with all one hand holding the iPhone, where I can just plug in like that from the battery, and I will get power. All lit all up. It's all working. And then I have that working too, getting power, getting recharged. So you can do the same thing with your Harley Davison motorcycle, or whatever motorcycle you are riding, or whatever motorcycle you are using. You can do all of the same similar things that I do. And once this video is all done, I'm going to tuck that all back all together back in here, and I'll get it all buckled all back in so it's not going to go anywhere. So I wanted to show you my little project for the day. This video is getting to be long enough as it is. And so if you're still watching at the end, I appreciate it. Thank you very, very, very much for your patience with me trying to do everything with one hand with iPhone. And once again, just in case you're wondering and asking again, is it turned on? Is there a key in it? No. No key. It's not turned on. It all runs off the battery. So it is recommended that when you're not going to be riding for a while, or you're going to be parked for a good long while, it's recommended to go ahead and unplug all this accessory stuff so it doesn't drain your battery down too much. And that's what I'm going to do here a little bit later. Anyway, so that's all for now. Thank you very, very much for watching. I appreciate it. Hoping to see you next time. And have a good, safe ride wherever you may be riding and whatever you're riding. I appreciate you very much. Have a good one.